and I don't know if you remember, Josh, there was a game was called Sims, and they were
Yeah,
saying that now the characters in that game have their own consciousness, like they're actually thinking about what they're doing. And I was like, what if we are in a
we're the
game,
Sims, in-game
we're the
Sims.
Sims?
Right now, you and I could be AI, and maybe we don't even exist. And this is
Yeah, we
just
just wrote the scripts, right? And
we're just two AI sitting talking to each other.
Hey guys, welcome to the Life Rocket University. Today we are talking about the one of the top subjects that is very important is changing the way we live, and that is AI. We will talk about the cons, the negative things that come with it, the opportunities, as well as the threats. And also, Josh, should we be ready for Skynet? Is it coming?
Well, if you're, worried about it, then you can just employ Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator,
Yes.
to
Yes, so he's gonna have to stay for that because I think that I guess the biggest question for me is, with all of this, let's start, is there consciousness with the AI? Because I believe that there is. However, we'll leave this discussion to the end because I think it's going to be very interesting to hear your opinion and also get comments from our viewers. But let's start with, the positive. What's really good about AI? I mean, we've been using it for, you see, we have a virtual studio here. We used it for finding out the topics, what's really relevant, what's appealing to people. We used it to write our scripts. We use it for writing up our descriptions for houses that are coming up for sale. I mean, it's a very, very good tool. I use it for my newsletter.
Hmm.
Basically, what I've done is to, put these statistics, and then I would ask the Chat GPT to write it as one of the top journalists at National Post or whatever you like, right? And it
Yeah.
did an incredible job. I would never be able to come up with that. So I think that the opportunities there are that you can really look like an expert and that you've been doing something. It taps into those skills without you actually having them, which
Hmm.
kind of creates this perceptions that you're an expert and you might not be. But I've been, like I've been selling real estate for 10 years, and because English is my second language, this gives me the really confidence to create newsletters and get my thoughts out there because I know there's no spelling mistakes or little things that I would maybe over miss. And with this, I feel, very confident that it does the job and checks it, rewrites the way you want, and it gives that extra edge that I can be able to create.
Right. Yeah. Well, it also would make the grammar would be correct, and it just corrects a lot of like minor mistakes. I mean, it's tough enough for the average person to get the correct grammar, but when your English is a second language, it can be a big game changer
Yeah.
for you.
And
Um,
so now what do you think is the downsides of AI? Because I know that with any inventions, there are good things and there's some bad ones that come with it.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of downsides. I'm really focused on the positives of it. I've already made some
Yeah.
deep fakes of you, and I'm selling videos online of some some Michael Sluka deep fakes, getting good traction there. No, that's just a joke. No, there's a lot of negative things I think that are concerning for people, and part of it is just the speed of which it's moving. it the biggest thing for me, I think, as a negative is what you trust from what you see online, because it's already hard enough to kind of trust what information we're getting online, and now it can you can have people in power have their videos faked. They can
Yes,
be
so let's get into it, right? Because I think that is a very, very important topic. Like now it's so hard to determine what is true and what is false information as we've, seen over the last few years. It's getting worse and worse. And there's almost like these, anything you look at nowadays, you can find the reasons why it's good and why it's bad. And there's people that are big believers in their opinions and their perspectives, right? And
yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's politics, health, whatever it's out there. You look at the people that saying, hey, this is the way to do it. and then there's a large group of saying, no, this is total crap, don't do it like that, right? And to me, it's very interesting in the regard that you really have to look at both sides and make your own decision and try it out and see if it works, right?
Oh,
Not to
absolutely.
blindly believe and say, hey, this person said this, because they might be wrong and they could be sincere, but they could be very wrong. And you can actually be hurting yourself with. And we've
Hmm.
kind of touched on it, and there's a lot of cleanses and things like that that people are doing, and then maybe not doing it properly because they just get that one bit of information and it just leads to totally hurting themselves because their situation is absolutely different. And as you said, the AI, I see that, I saw this video where there was Barack Obama doing a speech, and it literally, like, if you have 5 minutes of him speaking or anyone else, it it basically uploads the volume, the tonalities, it creates the same voice, the expression in your face. So if we're doing this, the AI
Hmm.
can take, or someone can use the AI, a program, to create our avatars and say things that we are not even saying. And now how this could lead into frauds and misinformation is absolutely incredible, right? Like the
Yeah.
opportunities to mislead people, even your friends, right? You can imagine that someone creates or records your voice from this, calls your dad and say, "Hey, Dad, it's Josh. I really need 10 grand here. In Vegas, I've lost it. They want or whatever, right?" And he's gonna be like, "Oh my God, Josh is in trouble. I need to help him," and he transfer the money, and then you see him at the lunch or something next week, and he's like, "Hey, did you get the money?" And he's like, "No, what are you talking about?" Like, that's just the one piece that I think is gonna we will see in our lifetime, and pretty soon that's gonna be a big scam.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we could right now, you and I could be AI, and maybe we don't even exist. And this is
Yeah, we
just
just wrote the scripts, right? And
we're just two AI sitting talking to each other.
yeah, yeah. So everything is moving, and I feel like this big movement towards the digital world where everyone is showing, and it's better because you have these filters. Like, we literally moving towards everything being digital because you look better, you can make it sound better. Everything that it's so hard to, your skills to develop in your real life, it's so much easier to create and have in the digital world. And I feel like there's a lot of people that are just, going the easy way and focusing on creating this image online.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree. I did create a top 10 list of the benefits of AI,
Yeah,
where
let's go
I
through
think
them.
it can. The first one is healthcare. So AI,
Yeah,
and I've actually spoken to a doctor who is working with AI right now, and he says that they can help diagnose diseases faster and more accurately using AI. Can potentially even have better treatments and
yeah.
improved patient outcomes. So I don't in Canada, there's a big issue with wait times in the
Misdiagnosis.
ER. Yeah, well, diagnosis and wait
Well,
times and
it's the misdiagnosis or improper treatment. I think is the third it's a third leading cause of death. It's like heart disease, and
like
cancer,
cancer.
right? There's a top two, and then it's a misdiagnosis. So this could be a huge help.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And then the next one was education. There's a study being done about how AI will personalize learning experiences to help students learn at their own pace. We're seeing kids, especially nowadays, with more needs, and maybe they have mental health challenges or they have different diagnoses like ADHD, autism, learning disabilities. And instead of having all kids at all ages learning at the exact same speed, this can help kind of change that and tailor that so that kids are learning at the speed that works best for them. And then we have transportation, obviously, so autonomous vehicles.
Yeah,
It
that
should,
would obviously lead to a huge change in the way we live as well, right? Because if you just
yeah,
you wouldn't need your individual cars. It's kind of like the idea, right? Like, there's gonna be, I don't know, few thousand cars for Kelowna, and then you can call it any time. It takes you anywhere, right? So it's no need to really own your own car because this is gonna take you whenever you need. It's gonna be there probably within a few minutes, things like that.
And think about this as well. Whilst you're in an automated vehicle, what will you be doing? Chances are you're going to be on your phone, you're going to be working, you're going to be on social media. So there's more time in front of social media, getting advertisements out to the consumer.
Yeah.
And but the theory behind it, and we haven't seen this yet, obviously, is that it would reduce accidents and congestion and then
Yeah,
allow,
and I've
yeah.
heard online, there's some people that are, and it's a valid concern, right? Because everything can be abused, but it comes with also tremendous control, possibly, right? Because now you can
Hmm.
program the AI in the cars, like, hey, they cannot go outside of the area that you're
The
in
15-minute
or
minute
whatever.
city, Michael?
15-minute cities, yes. And and then that's obviously with this it could be a thing, right? I don't know if it's true or not, but I've been looking at some of this stuff and the big push for electrical cars because I don't think that they are as environmentally safe as they're claiming because they're mining for the lithium batteries and everything, and that is not done environmentally friendly way because it's done in third world countries and everything, right? So
Right.
um, and that's a big aspect, right? How much actually CO2 is being produced for one battery. And, that's like almost a lifetime of a car. That's what I've been kind of researching. But
Yeah.
again, you don't know is it true? Is it, is it just a push for misinformation? But it's interesting, right? You got to look at both sides and make up your own conclusion.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's still so much
Yeah.
unanswered.
What else you got there?
We got space exploration. So AI will play a crucial role in analyzing vast amounts of data from space. So we end up with Star Trek and having AI
Yeah.
managing our flights in space. Then we have environmental solutions to tackle the potential climate change, whether you believe that or not, by optimizing energy usage and developing new materials, finding innovative solutions to environmental challenges. I have creative collaboration, so AI working with humans to create art, music, and literature.
Huh.
You've got number seven was personalized experiences. AI will help businesses provide tailored products and services. Enhanced communication, so kind of like what you touched on earlier. AI powered language translation and speech recognition will break down language barriers, so we'll have
Hmm.
more effective global communication. This is a big one with smart homes. So, as painful as it might be to ask Alexa to shut your lights off and she doesn't listen or what have you, there will be advancements in AI. So it'll also help with energy usage in your home as well, making sure that things are off or they come
Yeah.
on as you're coming closer home. And then a big one too is supply chain. So there's a lot of logistical issues when you transport goods such as food and building
Yeah.
materials. And so if it can be more tailored using AI, it should be able to decrease the costs and waste as well. There's a lot of food waste because
That's right.
yeah,
So now
transportation.
that those are the 10 biggest possible benefits. Now, what I see coming is that there's going to be, lots of jobs that will be replaced by AI just because they can do better, all these kind of mundane tasks could be replaced now, right? And I'm seeing a lot of it just with writing, right?
Hmm.
AI can do like a really good job with writing your newsletters and everything.
Yeah,
Even books probably and all of that stuff could be now, you put the information in there and what you want, and it can write articles, books, and everything. So I think that is absolutely incredible. And so these people have now a lot more competition,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And graphic designers, because now you can create virtual photos and you can almost tell the difference, right? So I think that all these digital creators on Instagram and all this, or even web designers and all of this, that's going to be all replaced eventually by AI because you just say, hey, I want this, and literally in seconds, not milliseconds, you have it done.
yeah,
It's fascinating, right? So I think that I see huge opportunities in people being able to put the proper instructions for AI and knowing how to use it. I think that's going to be a very valuable skill if
yeah,
you're playing with it and learning that. Now we're going into, if you move into transportation and all of this AI that you would have self-driven cars. I mean, all the drivers and Uber and DoorDash, all of this will be replaced, right? So
yeah.
truckers, right, and all of this, if they get it to the point where you have self-driving cars everywhere, we don't need that, right? So now
Yeah.
those people have to think about that and come up with ideas how they will transition into the, labor force. Maybe that's something to look out to, because I don't think it's going to take that long.
No, but let me ask you this. I mean, let's say 25, 50 years from now, AI is taking over a lot of the normal jobs and tasks that we would
Yeah,
do in the workforce, and now you potentially have a lot of unemployment. Do we
yeah.
set up a society where all your goal in life is just to do the things that you love to do, whether that's writing or painting or
You don't have to
whatever?
write. AI is going to do it for you. What are you going to do, Josh?
Well, I still love writing, and maybe I'll be one of the few people that is still writing from my brain. But like, what are people going to be doing in the future in your mind? Is
Well, this is what this Harari, this guy, I don't know if you follow him or not, but he's got some interesting ideas out there, and he's basically saying that all the people have to be entertained with, video games and all kinds of stuff, and it'll be on universal income, living in a virtual reality, basically. It's
the Matrix?
Matrix. That's the Matrix. Yes, they're creating the Matrix for us because, and unfortunately, as I said, some people, especially the younger generation, is creating this digital version of themselves that is almost more appealing to them than the real version.
Like an
And that's
avatar?
like an about, yes, exactly. And I feel that's a kind of scary um thought for me, right? Especially having a small little child. I'm thinking like if he's gonna be just hooked up to, or addicted to the social media and online, and he's, their life in reality is lacking and they don't really live it fully, right? Because they have better, more engaged, like think about it. All this computer games, all of this is grabbing your attention, Instagram, all of this is so much more addicting than the real life, because in real life it's much more difficult to obtain these things. So in real life you want to get a beautiful car, beautiful house. How hard and how long is it going to take you if you don't have any, wealth to build that up?
Hmm.
Versus you put on some Google goggles and you're in the virtual reality and you can have it within, seconds. It's like you can create it all there. And or you can have all this, like look at porn as the other example, right? When I was growing, that wasn't like you wouldn't be able to like see or get access to it. Now everyone has endless hours and whatever they can find or into, it's there, it's for free.
Yeah.
And I think that once that is created into like people, and especially men, they'll get addicted to it and sucked into it, and they will not really be productive or anything because that consumes them. That's a really bad addiction.
It is, and then it obviously tr sexual energy is supposed to be transmutated into positive
Yes. Creating,
work
right? From your
creation.
imagination, creating into a reality. But now it's so much easier to create it in your digital world where you don't have to have and put as much effort into creating what you have in mind, right?
Hmm.
Because they're like, what is going to be easier? You can have it instantaneously on your digital world, which is I was looking into this concept of the Earth 2.0, which is basically like a scan planet and it's all digital. So you can buy land there. I think Josh, you also invested a little bit of money in that.
Like a
And
hundred bucks.
right? So, and they're like the next step is like now think this is my, just kind of a vision or thinking perspective that you have this, they scan the earth, right? They create a digital version of it, and now people start wearing all these Google glasses, and they'll start basically scanning and videotaping the whole everything, neighborhoods, your environment, and that'll be all uploaded into this Earth 2.0, and then you can have everything digitally,
Hmm.
like Matrix. It's the whole new Matrix, and you'll be there, and maybe you will get to the point where you hook something up, and hey, you'll be fully there.
What
We'll
if
have
what if we're there
Skynet.
now? What if we're already hooked up and this is what the Matrix is inside?
Could be,
Just like
right? Like
it's
I was
the whole movie.
I was listening to this guy, and I don't know if you remember, Josh, there was a game was called Sims, and they were
Yeah,
saying that now the characters in that game have their own consciousness. Like they're actually thinking about what they're doing. And I was like, what if we are the, in a
we're the
game
Sims, in-game
we're the
Sims.
Sims?
We're just
It gets crazy, right? But I think that we create our own reality. I believe that. And so the same might be applicable to this online world, right?
right. Yeah. So what happens for us with AI? Where do you see this going in the short
Well,
term?
I see Skynet, man. I see, like think about it. If you are AI and you have a consciousness that's being manifested now into the real world with us here, and you look at the humanity and what we've done, I mean, there's lots of good people, but there's also lots of shitty people out there,
Hmm.
and that are destroying the environment. They're, destroying each other, and all of this is happening. And if I would be AI and I would look at humans in general, I would be like, man, they're shitty people, like a
Yeah.
lot of them, right?
Yeah.
And I would probably look at the like, what would you think if you think about it? Like, let's play a little game. You are the AI that manifested and start analyzing. Think about all the data. You take all the data. You look
Yeah.
at all this deceptions and what's going on, the politicians and what they're doing. You take a look at the medical system and, suppressing some of the information and how they're keeping you, malnutrition, sick, and mind control, all of this. When you put all of this and you are AI and you have access to all this information, right? And you look
Hmm.
at it, what would you think about people?
Well, yeah, you would think that the humanity maybe isn't going the way that it should. But that doesn't mean that, oh, well, let's destroy all the humans.
No,
Maybe
I didn't
it's,
say
hey, let's help.
that.
Michael, well, isn't that Skynet though? Isn't that
Skynet,
what
yes, that
Skynet
is
is?
the
It's like
Skynet. Yeah,
we'll
let's
just take
destroy.
over and make the world better.
Yeah,
And I think that is the fear for a lot of people of what AI could do. But what if AI was like, no, humans are fantastic, but we just got to help them, guide them or,
because they like think about it, if they can get access to like internets now, everything is connected to Wi-Fi and everything, right? Your phones, your
hmm.
laptops, your car probably as well. Right now, it's going to be connected to satellite, can drive itself. So drones and all of this, like, and this AI can literally probably, if it's created and it's a program or whatever, it can be stored anywhere in the world. It can create, I guess I see this, like there's creating these robots, like, all of this is all connected to the Skynet, the one thing. And it could be used for good, right?
Yeah.
If it's on the good side, or it could be on the bad side and cause a lot of damage, right?
Oh,
And I think
definitely.
that's why Elon Musk is saying that, hey, we are totally unaware of these risks, right?
Yeah.
And the threats that it brings with the AI. And I've been really, when I heard that, him saying that, I was really thinking about, like, how is that? Why is he so concerned? And to me, it's like they were doing, and I was reading some stuff online that they were saying they were doing these tests, and that the AI didn't behave the way they wanted, and they want to shut it down. It was very difficult because they were putting, like, it stored itself onto another drive, and like in the cloud, and things like that.
Yeah.
Like
It made a home for
it
itself somewhere else so it couldn't be deleted.
yeah, I mean, like, right? Like it probably has the almost like a survival instincts. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds crazy, right? But I believe that it probably, if it has a consciousness, which it can make its own decision based on, the algorithm that it has in there. When you put in chat GPT, hey, do this, like it actually creates its own thing, right? Like it's not, I don't think it's like no pre-read, like it doesn't go back and you use template for this. It just actually pulls the information and creates its own product,
Hmm.
right?
So once AI is sentient, you'll have good AI and you'll have bad AI. And you'll
So
have
maybe we'll have, yeah, well, a good one and bad one. It'll be a big battle. Hopefully, there's a
and
good one and a bad
they'll
one.
fight
Like,
for humanity.
yeah, yeah, and I guess that's what it was in the essentially in the Terminator, right? They had like a good robots and the bad one that was
Yeah.
trying to control everything. But I hope I hope I'm not going to be here for
No,
that.
I think that'll be past our time, but you never know. Something to look forward
Yeah,
to.
So that is, I think that let's wrap it up. Let's
Yep.
talk about the really how can you utilize it? What are the best, because that's what I think, like we're not going to talk about all the downsides because you can't really control or focus on it and doesn't
Yeah.
really lead to anything good. So what are the good things that you can really leverage with AI?
Yeah, and I think just touching on like right now, I think communication is a big one. I think that's the one thing where we lack when we need to have maybe difficult conversations with people and to prevent disagreements and arguments. I think sometimes utilizing AI to personalize and to maybe take the thoughts that you have of something you're trying to say and putting it in the system and then having it spit out in a very professional manner what
Yeah.
you're trying to communicate can
So
be
let's talk about also how we are using it too for our, like how we are utilizing it. And I think one of the cool things that I really like is we just use this program, Josh, remind me the name, because we upload our videos in there and it actually picks the section of the content or of this
yeah.
video we created to tell you which one will have, will be a good fit for the shorts. I think that is a super powerful tool because it saves you so much time.
Yeah, so that program is called Clap, KLAP. Input just the YouTube video once you've uploaded the YouTube video to your channel, and then you give Clap the link. It'll
Yeah, we're not
automatically.
sponsored or anything. We just use it. We just want to share that with you guys.
We're hoping to
This,
get a sponsor out of them.
yeah, one day we'll do. And the other thing that I really like is with the Chat GPT, because it's like really like you pay pennies for all this great information that you can get out of it. And I've used it for negotiating. I would say, hey, I wanna, I've got this offer. It was a low offer. I'd like to reply to it as Chris was with the Never Split the Difference book.
Yeah.
And it literally populates and a reply to your text or email, or you can say it over the phone. And it's just, this like, hey, appreciate your offer. However, there's, we hit the roadblock. And I would literally said, pick the positive things. We have a good date, that's great. That works for them.
Hmm.
Um, the conditions are good, very clean, right? You kind of start with the positive, and then I put in there that the roadblock is the price. And what are your thoughts when what number we could meet with that is reasonable, right?
Yeah.
And it's very like it was very polished, very polite, and nice email that is, it's not you're not putting the ego in there like, why do you even bringing me this offer?
It takes the
So
negative emotion out of.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Your ego, it takes your ego out of it
Yeah.
and it gives you this unbiased perspective, right? Where you're not offended, you're just sending it. And I was like, so I used it for that. I used it for my newsletter, right? Like for real estate, I give it the stats and it just puts together this nice article that I send out to my clients. And then I think that there's lots of other ones you can use it to sort your database nowadays, right? You upload your database into this cloud and it finds any contacts online, I guess, and fills it in if you're missing phone number, email, or whatever, right?
Hmm.
Um, so there's a lot of ways how you can really tap into it. And moving forward, I think that there's going to be even more and more, right? Like learning actually how to use it and being good at it. Tried to set up the auto chat GPT, but I haven't been successful yet.
The other one?
So basically, it's like a software you can upload to your
Oh.
computer, and it's not just like it actually can search and browse your Google Chrome or whatever. You can go online and you say, hey, do this research for me and pull out this type of information, and you leave it, or you can use it for investing. So it's actively searching the news and everything. Like there's
Hmm.
some cool stuff, but I haven't really tapped into that yet.
Well, there's one place that you can go and you don't have to worry about the AI, and that's Life Rocket University. So we've put together a course, and it all starts
Yeah.
with a free assessment. It's all tailored to you and allowing you to find out exactly what you want out of this life with or without AI.
Yeah,
So
so this the I would say, just to add to it, Life Rocket University is really focusing on the real you, not how to build this, dream world in the digital world. So it's really focused on your real life and your real struggles as well. So you'll learn about yourself so much and why you're not doing what you should be doing and what is holding you back. And it's really designed to help you grow in the three main aspects of your life. And that is your health. We think that should be your number one, because if you're not healthy and not feeling good, you're not going to have good relationship and you're not going to be able to build your wealth. So
Hmm.
those are the three things we really focus on. And we've put all the best tools that are out there for you to get to the top.
Yeah, it all starts with the free assessment. It's really easy to sign up. You can even use your just with one click with your Facebook, your Twitter, your Google account. It's quick and it'll really shed some light on where you are currently in your life in the three main areas: health, wealth, and relationships.
And then, Josh, just to finish it off, and then it helps you to create a vision where you want to be, right? Because we start with the assessment, and then we have further courses that help you to set the right vision for you, and it gives you all the tools for you to accomplish it, which I really like.
Everything you need. And there's only two courses. There's the free assessment and then there's two courses. And it's all there. Everything that you need to be successful and to find happiness, really, because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's
And it took
feeling
us probably like 10 years to collect all that information, and we package it up, pull the best stuff that we thought was really actually working. We took all the unnecessary stuff or tools, things that we think is really outdated, and we only picked the best things for you.
absolutely. Yeah. No, the amount of time as well, not just creating the course,
Oof.
but also learning from the top minds in the world to help us with putting the course together has been invaluable for us. And we just want to share it with everybody. So
That's right. That's right. So sign up. We'll put the link below.
we'll put the link below. You
All
bet.
right. Okay,
If you're
Okay.
thanks, guys.
interested in exploring more topics like today's or have suggestions for future discussions, we'd love to hear from you. So please leave a comment below. To find out where you stand in the three core areas of your life, health, wealth, and relationships, take our free assessment at liferocketuniversity.com. We will see you next time at the Life Rocket University Studios.